All right, all right, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents with the artist known as Andrew. And we are live streaming. And so far, we're joined by my good friend Avery. How you
Uh,
doing, man?
I'll live.
You'll live? Okay, that's good. That's good.
I'll
We're,
make it. I'll be okay.
we're waiting on Todd, and
Uh,
I look forward to seeing what name he picks for the stream tonight.
oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, yeah, should be fun. He's always creative when it comes to that stuff.
What? That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you back the lost pages too
Oh, nobody's here yet.
but I'm still going to mention it
Okay.
it'll be in the video when people come back and watch it later. Half of your views or more come afterwards.
Yeah, I was so shocked to see that
It's
the
always
live stream from last week had like 50 views at some point.
yeah. Well,
I was like,
it's always
crap.
been that way. A lot of your views come later.
Yeah.
It's usually just a small handful of people that show up regularly.
Yep. Yep.
And then everybody else shows up later. So I was going to mention if you back the lost pages too on Indiegogo, you get the Doug Mankey bookmark.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
As well as my art that's in both it and the bonus comic, the People Ash Can.
Yep. Yep. People who aren't familiar, what we're talking about is an Indiegogo campaign for
Yes.
for a comic. It's the second book, right?
Yes, and I believe there is a second chance tier where you can get the books from the previous campaign, and I worked on one of those too.
Very cool.
I did a short story and a bunch of coloring for the bonus comic.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Yes, I do too. I recommend it, and everybody should go check it out.
Have you seen that fantasy comic Indiegogo campaign from Passion for Drawing?
No, what's it called?
Oh God, I'll have to look it up. It looks fantastic.
All right. If you find it, we'll go check it out.
Yeah, and Von Klaus's new thing, The Terror, looks great too. I backed both those books.
Very cool. Very cool.
I recommend them. They look great. Yeah, this fantasy anthology has a bunch of cool looking stuff in it. I've been retweeting it, so I'm going through my Twitter.
Oh, okay. Well, you know how often I go on Twitter, so
yeah. Tales of Novaterra. I've got it right.
That sounds familiar. I think maybe I have seen that.
Yeah.
Somebody somewhere must have shared it at some point. So.
Yeah. It looks so cool. I'll share my screen real quick.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Oh yeah. Sorry about Wednesday, by the way.
Oh, that's no problem.
What happened is the wife and I usually watch a TV show together, and we were engrossed in whatever was happening, whatever episode we were watching. So we went ahead and watched the next episode, and the next thing I knew it was 8:15. It was almost 8:20, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm running late. And by the time I got in here and got anything set up, I'm like, it's already 8:30. Forget it. I said I just gave up.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew Todd wasn't going to be able to join because it was somebody in his family's birthday. So I knew he was going to be busy with other stuff. So I gave you a hard pass and let you go.
All right.
Hey, Manuel, how's it going? It says, good evening, guys. We are checking out a campaign.
What is you got it?
Again? Yeah, it's up.
Okay, yeah. It's from Rob Schaefer. I always know him as Passion for Drawing on Twitter. And it's got doodle bags in here. If you follow a lot of CG stuff, you've seen his artwork at a lot of things. It's like 8 short stories, fantasy short stories. Like, check this out when I get to this page, man. Look at, dude, that's doodle bags. That looks dope.
Oh, wow, that's great.
I love it. Oh, yeah. John Ball has a story in here.
Very cool. Very cool.
Alan Alonso.
Okay.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of names I recognize.
Right. Well, I recognize some of the names as well. I don't know the people personally, but
dude, check out this Preston Acevedo, dude.
Wow.
Dude, Look at that. He also this is the guy that also does the cover for the Lost Pages too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that looks dope.
And what is the name of this one again? Or put the link in the chat. That way we have a record of
Okay.
it. But that looks really good.
Yeah, let me copy.
Yeah, you guys, if you ever have an opportunity, you should go check out some of the independent comics that are being shared with people on Indiegogo. Definitely worth checking out.
Let me stop sharing right here for a minute.
All right.
There you are. There you are. Yeah, we'll throw the link in the chat for
Okay.
it looks
Excellent.
cool.
Excellent.
That's for the Tales of Terra Nova. Terra Nova.
Very cool.
Tales of Nova Terra. Tales of Nova, not Terra Nova. Nova Terra.
Does it say who's publishing it, or is it being self-published?
It's self published. It's I believe it's Passions for Drawings company.
We're all for self-publishing here. It's a good thing.
Dude, I'm just excited by a lot of people's like indie campaigns.
Yep.
I think they're cool.
I remember when CG first started and we were backing campaigns left and right.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah.
There's a couple I never got, but I think it had to do more with moving and changing addresses and never getting it. So
it had more for me. It just like it was limited funds.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was more like, letting people, supporting people.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily about getting the books and all. So
yeah, check out Von Klaus's Terror in
the Trenches. Very cool.
Black Terror. This looks cool too. I backed this too.
Pretty cool.
Like this is what the art looks like. It's exciting. It's kind of anime Bruce Timm-ish.
That looks great.
It does, dude. Like I think it looks cool.
Very cool.
I'm gonna put this one in the chat too, if you don't mind.
Yep. Nope. Go ahead. Please do.
Oh.
Everybody out there, just all we're asking, take a look, check it out. If you're interested, back them.
So, absolutely.
One of the good things about crowdfunding is there's usually multiple levels. If you just want to get the book, you can just get the book. But if you want to get more things and be more involved, there's ways to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very cool. Very cool.
I like it. Yeah, there's usually like the least expensive tier where you just get the book, but there's also tiers where you can get like original art, T-shirts,
posters,
all kinds
of stickers, all sorts of stuff. Yep. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like that stuff. I personally, I hate all that little extra stuff. The trading cards, the stickers. I never know what to do with them.
And I put the Lost Pages too in the chat too.
Oh, very good.
We've shown that a bunch, but I still want to put the link there.
So I went to the local comic store this week, and this isn't my rant. I'll do that later. But the latest previews came out, so I went ahead and grabbed a copy. Something I hadn't done in a long time. I did it last month just simply because I had some credit at the store. And guess what title they're relaunching again for like the 50th time?
Captain Marvel.
Nope, close.
Ooh.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man.
They're relaunching it again.
But
this time it's with John Romita Jr. doing art. So that's kind of the little bit of a rub there because I'd be willing to pick it up just for John Romita Jr. But
who's had a great run on Spider-Man already?
Yeah, but a whole new #1 all over again. So this is the cover that they put on here.
But if you're like me and won't buy new books from these publishers, I highly recommend, if you like Spider-Man, going back as far as you can in trade or essentials or whatever and picking up those old stories, because there's tons
what some of my favorite times of Amazing Spider-Man was when Rick Leonardi was doing the art.
Rick Leonardo's
back
fantastic.
in the 80s. You know, he wasn't doing it regularly. He was
Yeah.
doing like a couple fill-in books.
Yeah, like he
I
would do that on X-Men and stuff too.
Yep.
He would come in and fill in.
I remember picking up a couple of those as a kid and just
Mhm.
absolutely loving the way he drew Spider-Man.
Yeah,
You
great
know,
dynamic style. Rick,
dynamic, absolutely. It was awesome.
yeah, Rick Leonardi is one of those artists that was never, in my opinion, never as popular as he should have been
Oh yeah.
because he
Oh yeah.
was incredible. His Spider-Man, the Spider-Man 2099 stuff is dope looking too.
Yeah. You know who else? You know who else I liked who drew Spider-Man who was very underrated
Hmm.
was Steve Skaros.
Hmm. Okay.
His I liked his Spider-Man because one of the things he liked to do is he liked to do those images of Spider-Man like jumping off the top of the buildings and so forth, and he could get 20 or 30 images of Spider-Man in one panel
Yeah.
jumping, and he
Yeah,
did.
like he would do like the residual image type of thing.
Yep. Yep. He
Yeah.
also he also did the same thing. He did the Gambit series for a little
Hmm.
bit and just loved it when he would do stuff like that.
He was cool.
But yeah, but here's the crappy part about this new comic. It's got like 20 or 25 variant covers and you name it, they got a variant cover.
I don't mind variant covers if it's something the comic shop can choose to order or not choose. Like, well, with a lot of crowdfunding comics who have multiple covers, you can order the cover you want. A
Right,
store
right.
doesn't have to order 100 of them to get the one variant.
Yeah,
That kind of practice I don't care for. Like if it's variants that are done and they just print what's ordered, people can pick which one they want. That's fine. It's when it's like, oh, you want this variant? That means you have to order like 50 of each of these others that nobody wants.
right, right. There's a couple of I'll be honest with you, there's a couple of comics in here that look interesting. Um, they're starting a whole new number one for Daredevil,
Uh,
which God, I hate it when they do that.
it's
There's a bunch of different stuff that's number ones, and
they do it every. It's become every few years everything gets relaunched.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Like, well, it's confusing to people. It's like I started reading comics. Uh, X-Men was on issue 240,
yeah, yeah,
and I still figured it out because I was sucked in to it that fast.
yep,
I had to track down the back issues. I mean, when I started, I immediately started buying all the X books: X Men, X Factor, Excalibur, the New Mutants, Classic X Men for the reprints, and I started buying back issues
yep.
like immediately, and trades and stuff like that.
Oh, see, I never did trades as a kid.
I did.
I never got into trades because I was doing the issues, but
Yeah.
there definitely was a gotta have it all
Hmm.
collector mentality with some of the
Like,
titles.
like I was buying Classic X Men, waiting for the Dark Phoenix saga because I wanted to read it. Well, a new printing of the trade came out during that time. I bought the trade,
Yep.
read it, kept buying Classic X Men, and bought it again as the issues, as the reprints. I bought the trade for the annuals. That's the Storm and Art Adams,
Yep.
Paul Smith. For those
The
annuals,
Asgard.
Asgard Wars. I bought
Yep.
that because that was collected
Yep.
in a trade back then. This was late,
Now, did you ever get
early 90s.
the X-Men Alpha Flight 2 issues?
That was in the trade.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The trade paperback comes with the Paul Smith and the Art Adams stories collected. Those
Yeah,
eight
because
books.
there was the 2 issues of Avengers. I mean, not Avengers. X-Men Alpha Flight.
Mm-hmm.
There was the New Mutants special with
Mm-hmm.
Art Adams. It was a double-sized Art Adams one, and then there was the X-Men Annual, which was also Art Adams.
Yeah,
Those 4 issues are probably some of the most gorgeous art in comics,
yeah.
at least in that era. You know?
I don't know about now, but the trade back then in the very early '90s,
Hmm.
that they put out collected all those together.
Yep. And those were all double-sized issues to start with, you know. I just recently picked up. I got another copy of X-Men Alpha Flight #1 and #2, and that's Paul Smith. Got it. It's all Paul Smith goodness through the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Like
Yep.
like I have a copy of The Dark Knight Returns
Hmm.
from the early '90s and it's still like the 12th printing or some crap.
Yeah.
But I was in Ollie's, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I came across The Dark Knight Returns again, but it's in the box with the mask, with the Batman mask.
Oh, okay.
It was $6, so I bought it again.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah,
That's a good deal just for the book, you know.
yeah, exactly. So I bought it again because I was like, my copy's old, it's beat up because it's a well loved copy.
Yep.
And if I ever find the Blu-ray again that had the hardback with the animated movie together,
Yep. Yep.
I'll pick that up too. I
Yeah.
should have picked it up back when it was like $5-10 when they were on clearance, just for the hardback.
Oh yeah.
And I've bought the book. I have the Batman Noir copy of Dark Knight Returns too. I've bought that book at least 3 times. And you know what? If I was able to get my hands on the artist edition, I'd probably buy that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Name a single title out right now that you would buy and trade 3 times over.
A current book, a current story, nothing.
Yeah. Can't think
There's
of a single thing.
there's nothing going on. Like Long Halloween, I have issues. I also have the Noir, uh, because that was good fun. I love those Batman Noir comics.
Yep.
Uh, the Jim the Jim Lee Hush, I have the Noir edition and the
Yep.
Unwrapped. I don't have the regular trade or the issues, but both those black and white versions, the pencil Unwrapped and the Batman Noir, I bought them both. Same book twice.
Yep. That's good stuff.
It is. I really like those Noir editions.
Yeah, I don't think there was. I don't think
And the
there was anything in the DC previews that stood out as gotta have.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. I take that back. They're relaunching, or they're re-releasing. Not re-releasing. They're doing a new Batman Beyond series called Batman Beyond Neo Year, and there's a 1 in 100 variant by Jimmy Chung that looks absolutely stunning.
Cool.
And there's no way in hell I'm going to get a 1 in 100 variant of this book. But
Yeah.
at least they put the best art on the best cover, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's still cool.
And some of these variant covers they're pumping out with everything. Everything has to have a reason to have variants. Like they'll have a good artist, but they'll have him do like one of the worst pieces you've ever seen from the guy. You're like, what is this shit?
Like that one that we saw when we were looking at the new stuff. The one of the variant covers for the new Wolverine book was them sitting there doing laundry.
Yeah. Or
It's like, why?
let's take Todd Knock for example. Fantastic artist.
Oh,
Fantastic artist. Look at all these variants. They look like they're just con sketch headshots. The kind of
yes.
con sketch you pay a guy $50 to $100 for, and he cranks it out in 10 minutes because it's a con sketch, you know.
Yep.
And most people charge about $50 to $100 for that type of quick sketch.
Yeah, I was checking to see if there's anything worth looking at new in the new this week. I think we've already seen most of this. There's a couple of covers we may not have seen, so we may take a look at them while we're waiting on Todd.
Ooh, Turtle has a question. Turtle Rabbit Fox.
Oh, hey Turtle. Who's picking up the Ran Xerox hardcover in August? I'm not familiar with that one.
Mm-mm.
Is that an Indiegogo campaign? Ran Xerox.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought it sounded familiar. It's from Heavy Metal. Well, I always saw it in Heavy Metal back in the '90s.
Oh, okay.
That might be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pick up. This is one of those books I always saw in Heavy Metal in the back. You
Gotcha.
It might be cool. That might be cool to pick up.
Yeah. Let's see. Bunch of variant covers. I'm not sure if any of them are worth checking out, but you know what? Let's go ahead and check it out anyway.
Yeah, the Ranks Complete Collection. This looks pretty good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. This might be worth picking up.
All right. I know this right here was on the top of your list for this week.
Oh,
Monkey Prince number 1.
Monkey Prince number, yeah.
Yeah. Devil's Reign number 4 of 6.
Not a bad cover.
Well, I can't tell who it is on the cover, but hey, Fearful Milk. He says, yo. Let's see what else we got going on here. We saw that one.
Oh, yeah.
Scotty Young variant. Secret X-Men. Sure, why not?
There's that awful font.
Yeah. Now here's one for you. The X-Deaths of Wolverine. God. Another variant cover. Actually, no, this looks like it's the regular edition cover. Yeah, why put Wolverine on that cover? It's only his book.
Yeah. DC pandering.
Yep. Another Monkey Prince.
It's a good drawing, but it's not something I want.
The Scorched, number 2. Looks like a decent cover. I like that. Savage Spider-Man number 1, variant cover. Oh, I did pick up and take a look at that issue in the store. I don't know what it's about. I really don't care. There's just nothing there that's of interest.
Mm-hmm.
Maestro number 1, World War M. Suicide Squad Blaze. This is one of the large format books. Simon Spurrier, Aaron Campbell, and Jordi Belair. I looked at it. I wasn't impressed. Whatever that was, it's missing. Monkey Prince, Strange Love Adventures, number 1. This is one of DC's like triple-sized books.
Mm-hmm.
$9.99. Crazy, but okay. Let's see. Devil's Reign number 4, the Black History Month variant. Sure, okay. Another Savage Spider-Man cover. I'm assuming this is one of the X-Men covers. Peach Momoko.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, Todd's here. Let me bring him in.
Hey, what's up, man?
What is Life? That's a good name. You got Vampirella Valentine's Day Special. Devil's Reign, number 4, variant edition. Draculina from Dynamite. Okay, sure. Oh, that went past it.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
God damn.
I like that cover.
Yeah, boobs.
Yeah. Savage Spider-Man, that's a good one.
That's kind of cool.
Death of Wolverine, the excellent variant by Scotty.
Can you hear the background?
Yes.
Jeez, yeah. We went out to dinner, and that's why I'm a little late. And then like, the kids are just crashing and burning. Like,
yeah,
they're just like crashing.
I was about ready to say Psylocke is not a blonde, but this is a
Gwen.
Spider-Gwen variant.
Yeah, it's where everything's Gwen. It's like, why couldn't
is Gwen Stacy as
Psylocke?
Psylocke, yeah.
I don't like all the Gwen stuff at all because it was one of those deaths in comics that
some characters should stay dead.
Yeah, but it's a cover gimmick that often works sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah, but she should be a corpse, is all I'm saying.
Exactly. It took away the weight.
It did.
The Fourth Man. Another Devil's Reign.
These are the new comics coming out?
Yeah, we're just checking them out.
Was that? Look
Life
how crappy that
Zero.
cover. Look at that tangent. It looks like it says knife zero. Knife. Nif.
Nif Zero.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, your
That's
boy
that's
Zach would be tearing this apart right now.
Yeah, all they had to do was move that image a little, like
A little bit.
a little bit to the right, and
Or
you would
move
be
the
fine.
title a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that's just stupid.
Yeah. Oh well. Maestro World War M.
Oh, that's a crappy
variant.
cover.
Yeah. Neil Gaiman and P. Craig Russell,
Ooh.
Norse Mythology #1 from
That's got to
Dark
be
Horse.
That's got to be a reprint. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, does P. Craig Russell still do stuff?
I'm sure he does, but
I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe that's new.
it's pretty. It's definitely pretty.
Well, hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay,
Yeah.
Secret X-Men #1.
It's such a secret that characters that have been around in the comics are for 20, 30 years are X-Men.
That's a weird cover.
It's a secret.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Cannonball, Sunspot, ended up X-Men? Get out.
Captain America Iron Man #1. Another cover for Draculina.
I like that cover.
Yeah, look at that ninja toe.
It's all right. Faithless 3.
What's with the finger fetish?
I don't know. Land of the Living Gods from Aftershock.
No, that's stupid.
Okay. Another Savage Spider-Man.
That's not a bad cover. That's kind of cool.
There's probably 100 variant covers for this title. So.
Yeah.
Oh, this is I think that's the Dustin Nguyen.
That looks horrible.
Suicide Squad Blaze #1 alternate cover.
It's
like a sketch cover.
Me and Andrew were just talking about brilliant artists doing these variant covers, and it's like some of the worst shit you've ever seen them do.
Well, they're not getting paid any more money. They're getting paid less, so they just like crap it out like a sketch like that. Like, that's kind of cool, but that took what? Maybe an hour?
Yeah. Besta Janinka. Oh, this is the David Mack variant for that Norse myth. That's actually kind of cool. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
I like that one. Let's see what else we got here. We got Star Wars Crimson Reign #2.
Fearful Milk was like, why was Gwen Stacy so loved like this? I don't know. Gimmick?
Yeah, gimmick. That's a cute cover.
Is that Warren?
What? Oh yeah, was that kind of looked like it could be an update Adam Warren? I don't know.
No, that's not Adam Warren.
No, it's not. Okay. I just saw anime boobs. And I was like, was that Warren?
Yeah. Another Maestro one. Another one. Oh, that's so sad. Another Savage Spider-Man. Star Wars Crimson Reign.
Golly, with the alternate covers.
Here's the cover.
He's got cats and he's got a little coffee.
It's the variant edition cover of the day.
Where he's at the cafe, the little cat cafe.
He's at the kitty cafe.
Having
a coffee in a kitty cat mug.
I will tell you that's how considering that this is called the death of Wolverine, like you're pretty much killing the character pretty hardcore, man.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing everything they can to demasculate him.
Well, every time I think of Wolverine, I think of kitty cat mug, kitty cat cafe. That is what I imagine of Wolverine.
Sipping his coffee.
Yeah, he's just sitting. Yeah, he's relaxing with his felines, and he's gonna sew.
I'm gonna have to check. I gotta stop and check and see what the ratio of this one is. I want to see if that is like a 1 in 25 or 1 in 100. That would be crazy if it was. But
those covers, man, they're
trash.
It is the Neo Fuji anime style variant. It doesn't say. Oh, it's a retailer incentive. The guide has it at a $15 comic. It hasn't even come out yet, or it has come out. But
no, it hasn't. It's April 2022.
Yeah, well, this is stuff coming out this week, so People are lining up for this stuff, guys.
They went from
You know.
they went from Buscema and Silvestri, amazing Wolverine covers,
Mm-hmm.
to here we are now. And
Yeah.
in their minds, this is making it better.
It's some half-ass shit, man.
Let's see. We have the Apache delivery
That's
service
pretty
from.
good, actually.
Yep,
I like that.
cool one. We have Archie Love and Heartbreak special. We have another Draculina. Dynamite loves making variant covers.
Yeah.
We have. Ooh.
I do not like photographic covers of cosplay for comics. I don't like them.
That's not good. Ah, that's good. That's
Oh.
the one I would buy.
A sketch variant.
I like this one. I like that one a lot. Oh, I went too fast. Sorry. Okay, that was all right. Faithless 3 from Boom Studio. I have no idea. I don't know anything about that one.
I don't know.
Black Cat Infinite Score.
That just looks stupid.
That's Greg Horn.
No.
Oh, and now they turned it into a trading card variant. Yep, I know. And then a virgin variant.
It's the same fucking art.
Yeah.
Let's see. Aftershock, Land of the Living Gods. Okay. Life Zero. Sure. Monkey Meat from Image. Vampirella. That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't like the photo covers. I don't like them.
All right, honestly, I like this cover.
Is that you?
No, I don't know who the artist is. I can't
It's
tell.
not bad. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I like the image.
Who did it? Is it you?
I don't know. I can look. Hold on. Usually we wait till the end to look, but we'll look now since we're here. Oh, that was the last one anyway. Yep. Lionel Francis Yu.
Ah, yeah.
You nailed it.
I was correct.
You're just so good, man.
It's his facial structure.
Oh, okay. All right. I got a beef.
Uh-oh. You got
I gotta tell you. I got a vamp. I got a rant.
Homeboy, he don't have beef. You got the whole cow.
That's my Joe Rogan pose. Ugh. All right. Bottom line is, this town needs a better comic book store. And as great as my comic book store is, it's not a current comic store. You can't come to my store and buy new stuff every week because I just don't carry new comics.
Yeah.
But this town needs a new comic store that's better than what we got. All right? So let me tell you the story.
Yeah.
I go into the stores at least once a week just to check out what's new. I don't normally buy anything, but I go in to see what's new. And this week was nothing special. I went in, I looked, I saw what was out. Everything looked okay, cool. There was nothing I was going to spend my money on, but it was worth checking out. The only thing I did see that I was interested in is Image Comics Magic Order 2, which has art by Stuart Immonen. I picked up the first 2 issues and I thought it was great. The most recent issue that's out is issue number 4. So somehow I missed issue number 3, and they didn't have a copy of it. So it's like, I'm not going to waste my money on 4 if I can't read 3 first. But I did flip through it and really like the art. So I'm looking forward to it as a trade collected edition later. All right. So after I got done, I'm getting ready to leave. As I'm leaving, there's 2 guys that work at the store that are at the register. And there's a young lady coming up who's buying what I think, just out of my peripheral, was a manga comic. Because she was telling the guys that she buys the black and white issues for her son because he enjoys coloring it and treating it like a coloring book. And this is not something that's unusual in any thought. this is something all kids will do. If you give them a black and white image, they will color it.
Mhm.
The two guys behind the counter's reaction was devastation. They were like, "Oh my!" and you could hear it in their voice. They thought this was the most horrible thing anybody could ever do. Buy a comic for a kid who uses their imagination and creativity to add to it.
Mm-hmm.
The thought that she would give this book to a kid and they would ruin it with their creativity exacerbated them. Just they were
Masturbated them?
no,
Is that
no.
what you said?
They literally
They masturbate.
I literally heard them grunt like ugh,
They
like
shit,
that.
shit and came.
All right, and she told them she buys him the black and white ones because he likes to color in them, right? Do you know what the guy's response to that was? You should buy him the colored version. So let's completely knock out his desire to do something creative. Let's take away that from him completely and give him the color version.
No, I totally get that. I've given my children all of your books, and they fucked them all up.
Yeah.
But my thought was this was the most horrible thing you could tell to somebody who is buying a book for a kid who wants to be creative. Is that their reaction was, ew, no, that's horrible, don't do that. And then their response is, no, 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 no. We don't want that to happen. Buy the book in full color so that the kid can't do that.
Yeah, Fearful says it's a comic book, not a national treasure.
Yeah, in my mind, I wanted to punch these two idiots. These frickin' idiots, these comic book snobs that think a comic book should never be even touched, opened, let alone read, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't.
And it made me remember because there was a point in time where I was thinking about releasing Hero as a serialized coloring book and actually letting kids color it. You know?
Yeah, that's fine.
And it might still eventually happen. I had thought about it and considered it. And by the way, don't go Googling serial coloring book because there's actually a bunch of serial killers coloring books out there. And I'm like, why are they showing me serial killer coloring books? And I realize serial coloring books, that's the first thing that pops up.
Yeah.
But there's actually several different versions of serial killer coloring books out there.
I'm not shocked.
And they're exactly what you think they are.
Mm.
People took photos of serial killers and turned them into coloring books.
Yeah, people are broken.
But
Mm-hmm.
bottom line is, this town needs a better comic book store, a better, modern, every week, new comic store, because the ones we got suck.
Dude, Tony was awesome.
He was fantastic.
Yeah, I generally missed his store when he went out of business.
Well, you know what's so funny? I remember the first time I went in there, I was not happy with the way he had things set up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because he was the kind of guy who ordered a lot of crap in order to get some of the rare variants at the time. And I kept looking around going, this guy is wasting so much money buying crap. And I know for a fact he pulled his orders back as that went along.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's other stores in town that still do that to the point where they have stacks and stacks and boxes of unsellable comics.
Mm-hmm.
But Tony, he was a good guy, and I think we had a lot of fun going there and checking it out and hanging out and talking. And it was the kind of comic store you could hang out and talk comics.
Yeah.
You
usually spend so long in there hanging out and talking, you'd end up spending more than what you went there for.
Oh yeah.
You'd find something else. You'd find some back issues you'd been looking for or something.
You know what? One of the other differences between what I think a good comic book store offers and a bad comic book store offers. Tony was a fan of the art.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew a lot of artists. He actually had artists come to the store, and he went and did signings with artists. And so
what was the name of the shop?
House of Comics.
Mm.
You'd been there a few times.
Yeah, I've been there a few
I know,
times.
yeah.
That was good.
But he was a fan of the art, the comic artists. The other store that I'm talking about that we all know, these guys always talk about the writers.
Writers ruin
Somebody's
comics.
writing this book or somebody's writing that book, and nobody cares.
Am I right? It seems, I'm just saying, writers ruin comics.
Writers
all these
ruin
writers.
comics. Yep.
It's fine. It was fine when all the artists were writing the comic. The comics, you couldn't string two words together, but the art was hot and the action was great.
That's right.
And all these writers came in, and all of a sudden, like, comics suck now.
Well, I've always said that if you have a comic and the art is nice, if the story sucks, at least you still got the good art.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
they turned the entire comic industry into Valiant Comics. Congratulations, guys. hey! I got this idea. Let's turn Marvel and DC and Dark Horse and Image into Plasm.
Yeah.
Hey, come on. Dave Lamptey was a good artist. I mean,
yeah, Dave Lamptey is a great artist.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like if you have two competing comic book stores, and one invites Stuart Immonen to do a signing, and the other one invites Dan Slott. Which one are you going to?
Oh yeah.
You know. Hell, they could even get somebody you'd never even heard of as an artist there. I'd go see that over a writer, you know?
Yeah. Fearful says a picture speaks 1,000 words, so why hire a writer to do what a comic artist could do better in less space?
Ain't that the truth?
It's true. I mean, honestly, here's the honest truth. Reality. I know writers get all of the credit, and it is important. Like, a good story is a good story. Honestly. Yep. Like a good story, you're like, damn, that was fantastic. But let's be real. Everyone here has been collecting comics for, I don't know, over 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
When you pick up a book that you bought years ago, no matter who the artist is or no matter who the writer is, right? When you pick up a book, what do? You flip through it and you're looking at the art.
Yep.
When was the last time you reread an issue from like 20 years ago? You don't. You look at the artwork. At least that's why I pick it up. When I go flip through my comics, I'm like, oh man. Case in point, I finally picked up a couple of McFarlane Amazing Spider-Mans this week. Mm-hmm. And like, because I have 0 in my collection.
Did you actually read them?
No, hell no. I looked at the art because that's what you do.
Oh yeah.
I finally got the Captain America cover. They made the Spider-Man Captain America cover.
Oh, nice.
I love that cover.
Very nice. So, yeah. Todd, how do I sound? I'm using a new headphones today.
You sound wonderful, dude. It's great.
Yeah, it's my new gamer headset I bought.
Gamer.
You sound good, dude. It's very clear. Very clear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So now my English
you're taking this YouTube thing seriously, huh?
Just a little bit. I when we're done with the stream, I got to tell you guys about some new milestones I hit. That's kind of cool, but it's not. Oh, and I got to tell you. Should I talk about this? Yeah, that fucker's never gonna come to my streams. I got a guy.
Don't talk about our friends that way.
No. I got a guy who, in the amount of time that I've been set up at the flea market, whether it was a table up at the front or a store, has probably come to me and shopped at my store or in my spot maybe 5 times in what's almost 3 years. Mm-hmm. And I cringe every single time he comes near. He's just one of these people that I just cannot stand. I loathe. And there's been times,
bro, he's don't talk about Kodiak like that.
No. There's times he's come into the store where there's other people there. He's looked around and then left and not said a word. Those are the best times ever. But there's other times he comes in, and if it's just he and I, he's one of those people that talks so pompously, you just want to punch him. And I think he came in Sunday. It was about time I was closing, almost time to close up, and I wish I shouldn't lock the door. But he came in, he looked around, and he actually gave me a compliment. He said, "Some of my wall books, I've gotten some better wall books on the wall." And I said, "Yeah, well, I went to New York and bought a bunch of new books, and yeah, there's a couple of really old, nice books up there." He's like, "Yeah, yeah." Not that he's going to spend any money and buy anything, but he commented that, I've gotten better books on the wall. And okay, cool, yeah. But Todd, I think, did I send you a picture of some paintings a guy did at the flea market?
No.
You don't. I swear I thought I did. Well, he's an artist, and I use that term extremely loosely. And he comes in and he'll talk about art to the point where I don't really care. I don't. There's nothing he says that I want to hear. I don't care what his opinion is. I don't. Just everything about him turns me. Right? And he starts talking about how he's got some boxes of comics that he's looking to sell. And I'm like, okay. And then he says, yeah, I want this much for him and I want this. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, is he trying to tell me he's going to bring them in for me to see? Does he want me to go look at? He's always vague about everything he says, and he never gets to the point.
Yeah, kind of like you. What the hell's the point?
Well, he mentioned something about his store. And I'm thinking to myself, does he have a store here at the flea market? I'm going to have to, because the honest truth is, I rarely leave my store. I don't know what other people are selling. I don't know what other people are in business. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
My store is the most important thing to me. I could care less about what everybody else is doing. And he said it like I should know who he was or where his stuff is at or that he has a store, to the point where I don't know. And honestly, I could have another dealer walk into my store, scope out my stuff, get an idea what I'm selling stuff for, and undercut me in the next minute. I don't know. I don't pay attention to any of these people, especially not this idiot. But I may have to go a little early tomorrow and walk down some of the other aisles just to see if I really don't want to.
Yeah, then don't.
I really don't.
Actually, he sounds like the type of person that would drive him crazy.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping this means it'll be another couple months before he comes back to my store. If he stops by every 4 or 5 months, that's all I can handle. Actually, you know what? I'll need to ask Ahmed. Next time Ahmed comes in, I'll have to ask him, because Ahmed shops the entire flea market. He knows everybody's name. He's up and down every single aisle. From time to time, I'll ask him. I say, "Hey, who else is selling comics?" And he knows. He'll tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I mention the guy, I don't know if he'll know who he is, but he might. No, Turtle Rabbit Fox says go, but live stream it.
Yeah.
Just walk through his store. Hey, let's just checking the place out. Your stuff looks like crap. And
yeah. Oh, he sounds like a person who doesn't grasp the point of what you specialize in.
Well,
which are the cheap, mostly dollar bin stuff. That's most of.
Yeah,
you got some stuff that's not. You got some stuff that's $5-10 if it's something really that you come across, But mostly that's what you deal in.
Yeah,
that's your thing. That's what you like. And he's like, you come in there and go, oh, you don't have any of these like $200 and $300 back issues. It's like,
exactly.
That's not what you're in there for.
Yeah,
and you've made that abundantly clear.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I don't consider other comic shops in town my competitors, because we don't sell the same thing.
I'm cutting you off because Fearful Milk said he wanted to join the StreamYard.
Oh, well, we're almost done, Fearful Milk. I'll catch you next time. Next time, mention it earlier. He would want me to put the link on whatchamacallit, and I'm not the Discord, and I'm never there anymore. So next time, Fearful Milk, remind me. But I go into comic book stores. Nobody has dollar bins. Nobody has 50-cent bins, and that's the majority of what I sell. They have new comics. I don't have new comics. We are not in the same circles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're two different types of shops, and my shop's better because of me.
Mm-hmm. You need to get some of those McFarlane Spider-Man books for me.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out.
They're not going to be in the dollar bin though.
Oh, Fearful Mick says I'll send you my email through Twitter. Like I don't go to Twitter either. It's all right.
Andrew,
That's fine. Fearful
just
Mick,
give him your
send me
phone
email.
number.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Avery left. He's like done with you, bro.
Yeah, probably. But speaking of that, we'll go. Okay, let me bring him back real quick so we can wrap this up. All right, Fearful Milk, definitely reach out to me. We'll have you on next week, okay? He says I'll have to go now, but I'll see you guys next time. All right, be good.
Awesome. Bye, bud.
All right, we're gonna wrap up this evening. I just wanted to talk tonight. I didn't want to. There was nothing really else going on. I haven't even checked comic news. I don't even know what's going on.
I mean everything.
Other than Jolie Jones being accused of tracing, and so what?
Who cares?
You know?
Who cares? I mean, again, they're not getting paid. She's not getting paid enough to do original art, so I don't hold it against her at all.
Yeah.
Name a professional who operates at a high level that doesn't trace something every now and then.
Yeah. I'll admit it. I've done it before.
Yeah.
I've never.
It's
I don't
common
trace
practice.
I don't trace other artists.
Yeah,
I'll
she
trace
probably hasn't
like
either.
an image of
no,
like
she
a vehicle or a building, or well, she did.
What'd she do?
There's a couple of shots.
Yeah.
There's like multiple shots. She does it semi-regularly, but again, I don't hold it against her because like they're like group shots, and you're not getting paid more for a group shot than a simple page.
Yeah.
And so she just
Did she trace
traces
another artist?
Yeah,
she did. Yes.
Yeah.
It's very obvious. Very.
Now you got to show it. Just pull it up. Avery.
Oh, crimey. Okay, hold on.
You got to pull it up for Avery so you can see.
Okay.
It's just the comic karate don't like her because she's an amazing artist and she's hot.
Yeah.
And she doesn't flame war people. She just does her work. Again, I think it's not a FU to the fans. It's a FU to the companies. Like if you're paying me $100 for a page that's like sitting in a cafe, like drinking coffee, and that's the same $100 page where there's like 18 characters jumping and fighting, then FU. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not paying enough, so okay, you're gonna get the output, so she doesn't kill herself. Like I get that.
All right, let me see if I can.
Ain't no harm in it.
Yeah, give me a minute. Let me see if I can find the article. I forget who was showing it, but they were showing something else that it was obvious that she had swiped it from another artist. So, yeah, here, let me show you the page. It's an article from Bleeding Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Entitled "Separated at Birth: Trial of the Amazons versus the X-Men," and this is the image that she drew with Wonder Girl and Donna Troy, and this is the splash page from the X-Men by Pepe Larraza, where
Larraz,
whatever. But
yeah, it's like a traced image. Like it's legit same.
Yeah, it's if you look at the hands, they're the exact same hands. Even Wonder Girl's skirt, exactly the same.
Scroll down. Do they have the next to each other shots? Yeah, there you go.
All right, hold on.
Oh, no, maybe not.
Yeah. Well, there's other articles that show. Well, supposedly there was a guy on Twitter who made a big deal about it, and then he even took the time to create a video where it shows the images one on top of the other and fading in and out. I mean, just a really vindictive kind of person. And yeah, it's pretty obvious, but
I don't know. It looks a little different to me, but
well, that face and this face. Oh well. But one of the, I think your boy Zach did a video about it, and one of the things he's mentioned is every time he sees Jolene Jones's art, he sees her in the art. You know, she's drawing herself, and I can see that as well. So, but yeah, it looks bad in the fact that these two images were so close together and released so close together. But there's a quote. I forgot who said it, but it was something like, "Why copy when you can trace, or why trace if you can just cut it out and paste it up or something." I swear to God, it's out there. You guys have heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
I know. My microphone is not helping me speak better.
It is. It sounds great. Well, your voice sounds great. You just still can't speak English. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is the quote? Oh, it's killing me.
Quote from who?
I forgot who it was from. It was by a famous artist.
Wally Wood.
Artist. Wally Wood.
I have it on my desktop.
You do?
You want to see it? Give me a second. I'll share it with you.
Never draw anything you can copy.
Here.
Never copy anything you can trace.
Plus,
and never trace anything you can cut out and paste.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Plus, was she asked to copy some of these things? Because I've straight up had people ask me to copy another piece of art. They're like, "We want this in this pose," and
Yep.
I'll try, and I would try to change it to give them a similar type of pose, but not a copy. And I eventually ended up having to redo it till I just copied the other artist, but draw the other character, because that's what they wanted, and they were very insistent about it. It sucks, but it happens. Someone would be like, "I want this character, but in this pose." So you try to do something similar with the same kind of vibe, but not an exact copy of the pose.
Yeah.
And they'll just keep making you change it till you copy it, and it's infuriating.
Yeah. Turtle says, "Good artist copy, great artist steal."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And sometimes
we'll never be great.
And a publisher who makes you copy something else will always throw you under the bus if you get called out on it. So
we know people who have personally had that experience.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. I appreciate everybody who came by this evening and checked us out and let us just rant and rave for a little bit. But if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. There's new scam videos coming up every day, almost every day. I usually take one day off. But I put up a scam video yesterday that was from the Social Security Administration. That was actually a recording from like August of last year.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very end of it, I had to beep a whole bunch of it because the guys went on little cursing tirades. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to release the unedited, uncensored audio Sunday. The video that I put up is going to be of the unedited. You're going to hear them go. It's not safe for work, and it's not for kids. But I cut out the last 7 minutes of the video with them just going crazy and yelling at me. And hey, I wasted over a half hour of their time, and boo hoo hoo hoo. I don't feel bad about it. So if you guys want to hear the unedited version of that, it'll be available Sunday.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Take it easy. Don't work too hard. And if you're in the Jacksonville area, come check out the store because I'll be there all weekend long.
And if you're not, try to convince Andrew to do mail order.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.